Hey guys, this is Not Lammers of Invoked 101. Welcome back, and today I have a new updated Invoked Mekk-Knight deck profile. I am super excited to show this to you guys. Before I continue, I do want to mention that if I look like I'm looking somewhere weird, I have my face cam camera, which is this one. I have it hooked up to my monitor right now, which is right here. So if I'm looking over here, it's to make sure that everything's looking pretty good. So, because normally I'm looking up here, which is where my this camera, the desk cam, is. So, but yeah, my buddy Tyler mentioned that there was a thing you could do with Invoked Mekk-Knights, and I'm just going to be completely honest with it because you saw it in the thumbnail. The Vert Anaconda combo into Rainbow Neos. So I'm super excited to show that and how I integrate it into this. This deck is 43 cards, so keep that in mind. And with that said, let's dive right in. I'm going to set the spells and traps and extra deck off to the side. If you want to support the channel and you're feeling generous, down in the description there's a link to our Patreon, our Cashapp, our Teespring, our Ko-fi, and our Discord. So if you feel like supporting Invoked 101, those are the links to do so. We also have a promotion going with Send Calamity, so if you feel like getting yourself some really cool anime stickers, link in the description as well. Of course, starting us off, 3 Alistair the Invoker, of course. You can't really play Invoked Mekk-Knights without him, and yeah, oh my, this card, I've gushed about Alistair in enough videos. Like, I feel like I don't need to mention him. Search's Invocation is an honest for fusion monsters, super dope card. And of course, his boys, the Mekk-Knights, Purple Nightfall, which banishes itself to search a Mekk-Knight, Blue Sky, which searches Mekk-Knights up to the number of opponent's cards in his column, and then we of course are still playing 2 Indigo. I still like 2 Indigo. Like, I like 2 Indigo. Just because, like, he's big, he moves them out of the way. I feel like he's good. Like, he's also level 8, so you can do, like, level 8 things with him. I also am still a believer in red and yellow. If you guys haven't seen, there was a Mekk-Knight Invoked player who made top 16 in SEMO's Crush Card tournament. So, and he was playing both a red and a yellow. And the second I saw that, I was like, someone saw my video. Because I've been playing these guys for a while, so... So definitely liking the red and yellow, especially with Eldritch and Emancipator moving forward. I think the more things you get, the better. But yeah, so there's the core monsters for the deck right there. Very cool, super dope. I love that lineup. That ratio for me is just perfect. For me, that's how I like my Mekk-Knights and my Invoke stuff. I'm also main decking 2 Gamma-Seal. I feel like main decking the Kaijus right now is pretty good. The water one also gives us access to Cockgeus, the Invoked Fusion, the water one, which can't be targeted or destroyed by card effects. Very useful against matchups where the decks have a lot of destruction, a lot of targeting. It also has a 2900 defense, so Gamma-Seal is really good to play, in my opinion. As for hand traps, 3 Ash, pretty standard. 3 Crow. Oh my god, look, I'm actually playing DD Crow in a deck. I know that there's been a lot of times where I've been like, oh, it's Skullmeister, it's supposed to be DD Crow. But yeah, so DD Crow right here. So yeah, this is for knocking stuff out of the graveyard, obviously, stopping searching, and getting over big monsters. So those are all pretty self-explanatory. It's just like the hand traps and the outs to things. And after that, I am of course playing 1 Neos, 1 Rainbow Dragon, and a Neos Fusion. You don't need 3 Neos Fusion, I think if you only have the 1. And I want to talk about why this works in the deck real quick. So I feel like this works in the deck extremely well, simply because of the fact not only can you just play this and you can play this off Vert, you can play... if you open it, you can still activate it, and Vert is still live because we do main deck Super Poly. But also, if you end up drawing both of these and you have Alistair but no Neo, and you don't have Neos Fusion or a way to get to Vert, you can just Invocation with these 2. Like, you can invoke them from the hand to make Rainbow Neos. So I don't know, like, this deck already main deck stuff, so I feel like in Shadal's, or at least how I play Shadal's with the polymerization in the main deck, I feel like this is a good package to play, so. But yeah, so that's what I'm playing right there. Definitely weird. It feels weird sometimes, because sometimes you end up fusing the Rainbow Dragon with Alistair, like, from the graveyard. It's like, huh, that's kind of a weird thing. I never thought I would do that. You know, like out of all the times I've been playing Invoked, I never thought I'd be fusing it with a Rainbow Dragon. Moving into the spells and traps, like I showed you guys, we're still playing 3 Invocation. I've seen people cut Invocation to 2. There's been a lot of people talking about like, oh, well, you Invoked is only playing 2 Invocation anyway. I think 3 in Invoked Mekk-Knight is the correct number. Mostly because this deck main decks Pot of Desires. It's not like Invoked Eldritch where you want to play Extravagance or Magician Souls instead. We're definitely playing the Invocations, so I just feel like the 3 is better with the Desires, you know. And then I'm also playing 3 Magical Meltdown. Of course, we gotta search Alistair. Like, I don't know. There's no reason not to play 3 and 3, especially with Terraforming at 1. It does really suck that Terraforming's at 1 because that was one of the best cards Invoked Mekk-Knight had, because you could just set it and then flip it. Like, you could set it, special Mekk-Knight, flip it, search the field spell, get Alistair. There were so many cool things. This deck losing Mind Control hurts a lot too, but that's just how it is. Going second decks really got hit on this last ban list. Next up, 3 called buys. I remember someone asked me when Mind Control went to 1, I was main decking 3 Mind Control and 2 called buy, and they were like, hey, what are you going to do now that Mind Control's at 1? I was like, I'm playing 3 called buy. I don't know, it felt like a very easy answer to me to just bump up called by the grave, so yeah, very simple. 2 Cosmic Cyclone. We're in a, like, back row is still back row, and it's gonna be around. Like, we're still in a kind of weird trap control format where, like, if you can snipe the Eldritch cards with the Cosmics, you've gotten rid of them. Eldritch doesn't really play anything that recycles them unless it's in the side deck playing, I think it's El Dorado Adelantado, I think is the card that does it, but Cyclone is very nice. 2 Pot of Desires. I mentioned I played Pot of Desires in this deck just a moment ago. 2 is correct. I disagree with 3. I think 2 is correct. I disagree with 3 very strongly. But 2 Pot of Desires, definitely good. I've never had a problem with Pot of Desires in Invoked Mekk-Knight. I remember there was one time a dude, he asked me, I was playing a game and he's like, oh, you activated Pot of Desires, and I made a face because I looked at my banish, and he's like, did you banish all 3 Alistairs? And I went, yeah, and he's like, why aren't you more upset about it? You want to scoop? And I was like, no, and then I linked into the Alistair Link monster and just fused that away. Like, it does, like, Pot of Desires doesn't matter. As long as you have Invocation, Pot of Desires does not matter. So, there you go. There's my thoughts on it. For our one-ofs, World Legacy Succession, you can search it. It's searchable Monster Reborn. No reason not to play it. Super Poly, I'm only playing 1 now. Yes, I'm only playing 1 now. There is another in the side deck. I'm actually side decking 2. I'm not going to show the side deck in this video because there's no reason to. But I am playing only main decking 1 for this build. I feel that 1 is correct in this version, even if it is going second. You could cut. Hang on, what is it? You could cut Monster Reborn if you don't feel like, if you want to bump Super Poly up to 2. I completely agree with that. You could. And the last spell card I'm playing is, of course, Terraforming. I feel you need to play Terraforming. We need all the cards we can get that search Alistair. So this is what I'm playing. I actually might bump this up to an Ultra, but this is the OTS Pack Super, so I feel like it's slightly rarer. And I feel like this is a higher rarity because it's from an OTS pack. It's kind of like the ulti Terraformings. I feel like ulti Terraformings are higher than, like that's obviously the highest rarity because it's from an OTS pack and it's ulti, but also I feel like this is more value, like this is a higher rarity than the secret because it's out of an OTS pack. That's just how I feel. But anyways, the last cards I play, 3 Infinite Impermanents. Ever since I got a 3rd one, I think I was main decking 2 of them when I had 2, but I got a 3rd one, so ever since I got the 3rd one, I've been main decking the 3. It's still my weird 1 secret rare one and my 2 ultras, but what are you gonna do? What are you gonna do when you have mixed rarity cards, especially when it's a card like Impermanence? Like, you're just not gonna play it. So there we go. That is that. Return of the clicky fingers, like, real talk. I'm just like hearing my rings clack against themselves. It's something I haven't done in a while. As for the extra deck, I am, of course, still playing. It's still pretty similar. We're still playing 2 Mekaba. Mekaba is like the best extra deck monster for Invoked because of obvious reasons. It's a negate. Like, you're not gonna say no to a negate. Purgatrio for the OTK, it's pretty obvious. We make this super, again, these 2 are the easiest ones to make because of Almirage and, oh, what's the light one? The light link one. Almirage 2. That's what we'll call it. We'll call it Almirage 2. I guess we'll find out in a little bit. There's Coctius, like I was mentioning. This card is really cool. because, like I said, it can't be targeted or destroyed by card effects. It has 2900 defense, and it can swing from defense mode, which is really cool. I've always liked this card. I've always said that this is like after these two, because these two are obviously the best Invoked fusions. I feel like after these two, it's this one. I think this one is so good. But Radiant's okay, and you know, Kaliga's okay. Of course, we're still playing Kaliga. You gotta play Kaliga. And Kaliga's okay, but I feel like Kak just sits right in the center of like how good they are. We're also playing Elysium. Of course, Elysium, it's one of the super poly targets, because what you can do is you can actually super poly Vert and Mekaba, or Vert and like a Kaliga together to make Elysium. You can do lots of things with Elysium and super poly, but that's the main reason we're playing it, is because like if your opponent has something and it's from the extra deck and you have an Invoked fusion and you're like, oh no, I need to get rid of it, and you have the super poly, you just make Elysium with it. I'm also playing the Starving Venom still. I still think Starving Venom is a decent one. I thought about playing Mud Dragon. I've thought about it, and I'm not sure, because like it's really weird right now. I've also thought about playing the Ignister fusion over this, but I'm holding with the Starving Venom because it's what I have, and it's also secret rare, so it matches the rest of them. It just makes me feel better inside. What doesn't make me feel good is the super rare Rainbow Neos. I don't think this comes secret, which upsets me. But yeah, we are playing the Rainbow Neos because we have to. So there he is. This is my Rainbow Neos. Rainbow Neos, for those who don't know, if you don't know why we're playing this to summon off of Vert, his effect is, once per turn you can activate one of the following. Either send a monster you control to the graveyard to shuffle all monsters your opponent controls into the deck, send one spell or trap card you control to the graveyard to shuffle all spells and traps your opponent controls into the deck, or send one card from the top of your deck to the graveyard and shuffle all cards in your opponent's graveyard into the deck. Those aren't quick effects, but those are still pretty big, and he's a 4,500 monster. He's huge. Him plus Mekaba plus Vert is 75 direct, and you can almost guarantee a direct attack with this. So, especially if you have a spare monster, something like a Mekk-Knight Blue Sky, or just some random Mekk-Knight that you can send. Maybe even you could probably send Vert. Actually, I think if you send Vert, 45 plus 35, that would be, I think that's game. I'm pretty sure that's game. So 4, 5, 6, 7, 5, 5. Yeah, that's 8,000 exactly. If you Alistair a Mekaba, if you Alistair the Mekaba and use Rainbow Neos, that's perfect game. Spicy knowledge. The more you know. But yeah, after that, oh hey, Almirage and Secure Guardnet. That's what it's called. It's called Secure Guardnet. Almirage 2, as we'll call him. So yeah, Almirage and Secure Guardnet, because this is the combo that gets you it's these turn Alistair into the one card Mekaba that he is. Of course, Alistair the Invoker of Madness, necessary card for the deck. It's the Link monster. I'm still playing Morningstar. I like Morningstar. I know not everyone plays Morningstar. I think he's good. He searches Monster Reborn. What is bad about searching Monster Reborn? People were playing Ib to search Monster Reborn, so why not him? And he's easier to summon in this deck than Ib, so. We're also playing Vert. Like I mentioned, I've mentioned this a lot. I play Vert because it can summon Rainbow Neos. But yeah, it copies Neos Fusion, sends it straight to the graveyard, and then summons Rainbow Neos, which is really cool. And then you can send this with Rainbow Neos to, like we just discussed, you can send that off Rainbow Neos as long as you control Mekaba, and you can swing for exact game. Blacklister Soldier. This is a card I've been playing. Mekk-Knight spit this card out like no tomorrow. It's sometimes better than Boral Sword in a lot of cases. I definitely think going first, this is better than Boral Sword Pass, because you can make this and Mekaba going first, and this card is insane because it can't be targeted or destroyed by card effects if you use a Mekk-Knight. I say if you use a Mekk-Knight, but if you use red, yellow, indigo, or purple to summon that, it can't be targeted or destroyed by card effects. Blue, not so much. And the last card, of course, I just mentioned him. It's Boral Sword. Boral Sword's really good. It's a one-card OTK sitting in your extra deck, so there's no reason not to play Boral Sword, especially since this deck can put out Boral Sword pretty quickly. I like playing both. My friend has told me, like, I've talked to people about, like, if I had to remove something to remove the Boral Sword, because I have Blacklister Soldier, but I like both of them. I used to play IP Masquerena, and I also used to play Nightmare Unicorn. Those have been replaced with the Rainbow Neos and the Vert for this deck. So, for this version, I don't play those. And that's it for the deck profile. That's really it. I've been playing Invoked Mekk-Knights for a long time. I'm not shy about it. I love this deck so much. This is easily one of my favorite decks. Like if I had to play one deck forever, it would probably be Mekk-Knight Invoked, because like every time I play this deck, it does well. It treats me good, and even though I've had my ups and downs playing it, and I've had you know, like, and it's just one of those decks, like, since the Mekk-Knights came out, I've been playing this deck. Like, I think 2 weeks after the Mekk-Knights came out, I was able to get all of them, and I've just like played this deck forever. And it's so much fun. It's so flexible. It's so versatile. And it's just one of those decks that I don't see myself not playing. So adding something that like adding the Rainbow Neos to this deck to give it a buff to let it go second even harder and hit your opponent even harder, that is something that I love. I always love seeing this deck evolve and change, and I am excited to play this. I've been playing this online a little bit, and it's so much fun. It's still as much fun as when I first picked up this deck. And with that said, thank you guys so much for watching. If you feel like supporting the channel, like I said, down in the description there is like 5 different links, including a link to our Patreon and our Discord, as well as our Cashapp. So if you feel like supporting directly, that's how to do it. You can join our Discord. We have tournaments every Friday. We're starting to do tournaments every Friday in the Discord, so check that out. As well as I'm also doing a promotion with Send Calamity. My code is in the description. You get 20% off your stickers when you order from him. Code Invoked101, all caps. With that said, thank you guys for watching. I'll see you in the next video.